So in this video we are going to build a built-up column with batten plates but using weld connection. In the previous video we have gone through the bolt connection. In this video let us go with the weld connection. The same problem is considered, and as I told you in the previous video, we solve this problem in two stages. One is design the built-up column. What should be the channel dimensions? What should be the spacing between these two channel sections, that is S. That is what we find in case A. And B, we design the batten system and its connection. Of course, here we are talking about welded connection. So this first step is going to be same, so I am not going to repeat that. We are directly going to the batten system. Okay, so let us start with that. See, the remaining part is same. See, the spacing between these two channel sections is found to be 218.4 mm. This is the minimum spacing that you need to provide. We have rounded this value with the 220 mm. Okay. So now let us go with the batten system. So spacing of battens, it's the same thing as the previous case. We know that according to the clause 773, okay, lambda of individual section should be less than 0.7 times of lambda of built up. See this portion, it is accurate to write as this as portion. Lambda of the portion should be less than 0.7 times of lambda of built up section. This built up section lambda is already found out from the previous slides as 80.53. Okay, so now this lambda of this portion can be written as the length divided by minimum radius of gyration RYY. So it should be less than 0.7 times of 80.53. So C should be less than 0.7 times of 80.53 into RYY. So what is RYY? It is already calculated, found from the code book as 28.3. So on substitution, C should be less than 95.3 mm. And we also have another condition that the C by R by Y, I mean that is lambda of portion, I mean this portion should be less than 50. That is C by R by Y should be less than 50. So C should be less than 50 into R by Y, and this has to be less than 50 into 28.3. So C should be less than 1415 mm. So I am taking 14 mm as the spacing between these two battens here. Okay. So now let us go with the size of the end battens. In this previous video we have seen that we have bolted connections there. We have bolt here. We have used bolts to connect these batten plates, and the effective distance is this, and we have edge distance E and E here. So we wrote D is equals to small d plus 2E in bolt, but capital D is equals to small d in case of weld. Okay, so we do not have anything. So this is D. This total value is D. That's it. We do not have bolts, right? This is the welded connection. So overall depth is given by S plus 2 CYY. So you can find out as 270. And required thickness of the batten is 1 by 50th of spacing. Spacing we already found out from the previous case here. S is equals to 220. The spacing between the channel sections. Of course, you may get confused with this spacing of the battens. Do not do that. Be careful with that. And next, it is around 4.4 mm. You can just round it off to 6. 6 tarvata malli 8 untundi. Okay. So the length of the batten is 2 S plus 2 times of lapping. See here, this is the lapping length. Let me write this. This is lapping. So what we are going to do is length of the batten should be S plus 2 times of lapping. See, this is also lapping. So this is S, this is S. So S plus 2 times of lapping will give you the length of batten. S plus 2 times of lapping. Lapping can be assumed, we have assumed it as 70. Of course, you have to assume the value of lapping based on the width of the channel section. This is nothing but width of channel section, which is equals to 100 mm in this case, ISMC 350. Okay, and therefore L is equals to 360. So you know what is the depth, thickness and length. You found out everything. This is for end battens. What happens to the other thing for intermediate battens? Of course, you can check that the minimum lapping should be 4 times of T, thickness of the plate, that is 24 mm. It is provided 70, therefore minimum lapping కంటే ఎక్కువ మనం ప్రొవైడ్ చేసాం. సో therefore no problem with that. Okay, intermediate battens కూడా మళ్ళీ ఏంటంటే overall depth will be equals to 3/4 of S plus 2 times of CYY. It is 201.6, you can round it off. So D should be greater than 2 times of B, isn't it? అంటే 200 కంటే ఎక్కువ ఉండాలి. So 201.6 mm is enough, but let us take more than this. Let us round this off to 220 mm. Okay, so overall depth is safe and provide D as 220. So these end battens have a length of 360. This end batten has 360 length and intermediate also has 360 length, but the depth is 270 for end, for intermediate it is 220. Thickness again is 6 mm. Okay, and next, transverse, design forces. Design forces are again same. The transverse shear force is 2.5% of axial load, that is 28750. Longitudinal shear is going to be VL is going to be VC by NS. Okay, and the spacing of battens C is equals to 1400 mm, which we calculated it from the previous. Number of parallel planes of batten is 2. Yes, minimum transverse distance between the centroid of the bolt and web is S plus 2 times of G, which is equals to 320 in this particular case. So longitudinal shear force is going to be this much. Okay, so if this is the batten, this is the VL shear force. Okay, so now this shear force is actually giving rise to, this longitudinal shear force is giving rise to movement, and that movement due to longitudinal shear force is VC by 2N, which is 10.06 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton meter. Now what we are seeing is there is a shear force and there is a bending moment. Therefore there is a stresses due to shear force and moment. Okay, because of the longitudinal shear force of 62 kilonewton and moment of 10.06 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton meter mm, there are two stresses due to shear force and bending, and shear stress is given by shear force divided by cross sectional area of batten. So shear force divided by area of batten, this, and bending stress is, this is nothing but M by Z, which is 138 MPa, and you have to consider check whether they are within the limits or not. The bending stress should be less than Fy by root over 3 into 1.1, factor of safety 1.1, and bending stress should be less than Fy by 1.1. Okay, it is within the limits, therefore it is safe. And similarly for intermediate battens also check that. So now coming to the welded connection, See, when we are talking about the welded connection, the important things is what should be the size of the weld and what is the throat thickness of the weld. That's it, right? So you have to find out what is the throat thickness. And remember, when you are putting this batten plate over this channel section, okay, in this way, you have to weld on all the four sides. See, 1, 2, 3, and other side, back side 4. So now, in order to calculate what is the thickness of this weld required, minimum thickness, you just need to find out what is the moment of inertia about ZZ axis. See, this is an axis and this is an axis, this is ZZ and this is Y. So now let us come to the welded connection. So welded connection. See, when this batten is placed over the build-up section, it is to be welded on all the four sides. Let me draw a rough figure once again here. This is the column and this is how this batten is placed. And you have to weld this portion and this portion and back side also here. So when it is overlapping here, you are welding on four sides also. Okay, consider this case here. Let us take this. Okay, let us see what is that. So that is what I have drawn here, this figure here. So these are the axis, vertical axis and the horizontal axis that are passing through the centroid of the weld, not the centroid of this channel section or pattern or something. This weld యొక్క centroid నుంచి. Therefore, one axis is ZZ and other axis YY, and this is 70 T cube. T is being cut, so you can say that this is T, this is YY and this is ZZ, and you calculate the moment of inertia about ZZ and about YY of only this weld portion. Okay, this is how it is going to be. Okay, it is going to be there, and you know all the distances here. See, this total distance is 70 and therefore half of it is 35, because this YY and ZZ axis passes through the center of these section, this weld. Okay, because this weld is in a rectangular way. Okay, it will be at the center and the overall depth is 220, so half of this is going to be 110. So you can just simply find out the moment of inertia of two sections also. Of course, remember, when I am calculating the moment of inertia of the weld about YY, I need to find out moment of inertia of these two, and this is that, and also the moment of inertia of this weld also, that is this, and in similarly about Y and about Z. Okay, so now upon calculation I get IYY and IZZ as 59.62 and IZZ as 346.87 into 10 to the power of 4. But the thing here is, I do not know what is the thickness T, but that is what remains as a constant in this IZZ and IYY. So we use this equation to simplify this. So the polar moment of inertia IP is equals to IZZ plus IYY. So this is the value. And what is the R value? R is nothing but, see in this figure, what is the R? From the center to the corner. This is R. So it is a right angle triangle, so you can just find out that value as 115.43 mm. And you can find out what is the angle theta also here. This is the angle theta. So what happens here is theta, cos theta would be 0.3. See, now direct shear stress and shear stress due to bending moment, as we calculated in the previous case according to clause 1059 of IS 800/2007, is this. This is the shear force and this is the area of weld. Okay, total area of weld at total area. Okay, what is this? This is 70 and this is 220 and this is 220 and this is 70. So the length would be 2 times of 70 plus 2 times of 220 into T, throat thickness. So that is what I wrote here. And upon calculation, direct shear stress will be in terms of T in the denominator. And similarly, shear stress also due to bending can be calculated from this equation M by Z. So upon calculation, it is also going to be in terms of T. So what we do is, you find out what is the net resultant force, and it is going to be something like this. Okay, 334.59 by T. But it is to be noted that this combined shear stress, stress due to shear and bending should be less than, this should be less than Fu by root over 3 into gamma MW, weld యొక్క factor of safety, which is taken as 1.25 in the shop. So it is going to be equal to 189.4. So now equate these two things. So 334.59 by T should be less than 184.4. For our case, when we equate these two things, something like 334.59 by T equals to 189.4. T is equals to 334.59 by 189.4 will be equals to 1.77. And you know that the relation between T, throat thickness, and size of the weld, the throat thickness should be equals to 0.7 times of S. So since throat thickness is 1.77, which is equals to 0.7 S, S is equals to 1.77 by 0.7. You will get something like greater than 2. Okay, let me just find out. So it is going to be around 2.57 mm, but you know that this S cannot be less than 3 mm. So it should be greater than 3 mm. And also here the size of the weld depends upon the thickness of the batten plate. Batten plate, I mean the thickness of the channel section. The channel section flange is of a thickness of 13.5 mm. So when the thickness of the parent metal, I mean, is greater than greater than 10 mm, it has to be greater than 5, not less than 5. If it is less than 10, you can go for 3. If it is greater than 10, you have to go for 5. Of course, we have certain limits, go through the code book, and hence provide a 5 mm weld to make the connection. So this is how the figure looks. Of course, as I told you, this figure is important. It carries marks. Okay, in some questions in exam, he particularly asks you the sketch of this figure. Okay, so this is the weld here. This is the batten plate, and this is the weld that is done on the back side. This is the channel section, and this is the batten. Okay, so with this we have concluded the problem, and these are the few previous year questions. You can use these for practice and take it as a homework. And in the next video we are going to discuss about the design of column splices.